motion now show. Where let's say my glasses already off. I ain't gotta worry about took your glasses off.
Yes, sir.
Man, it be like that. It be like that sometimes.
That's why I asked you in the shoot, man. You need them on or off, because I know how they do.
I don't know. It's just I don't know. I feel like it just ain't my flavor on camera. I don't know, man.
You're right.
But shoot, what's going on, everybody? This is another Iteration Top Shot Tuesdays. I'm here with my man
Michael Daly.
What's going on, big dog?
What's up with you? Appreciate it.
Man, it's raining.
Yes, sir.
It is raining. It has not rained in a while, but I miss it.
Hey, man, it's washing that pollen down, so I'm glad.
I don't have allergies.
I do.
I don't know what that feels like.
I do. But that's what ginger root is for. So.
Oh, ginger root. Oh, that's
yes, sir.
If you didn't know, you got allergies and you don't know about ginger root. Now you know. Get that ginger root. So shoot, man. So what you got going on, man? It's 2022.
2022. Trying to make some giant strides, man.
Okay.
I'm working on two different things. One, working in this studio and also doing in my in-home studio.
No, what you do?
I do photography.
Oh, snap. There it goes.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to do a little boudoir and a little bit of everything. But originally an artist. I grew up drawing comics, X-Men, Avengers, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
Dope.
So it came from translating from a comic panel to, I think in my mind, it's, you're drawing, it's a process, and it kind of takes a while.
Yeah.
Start snapping a picture, and you already see the picture in your mind, and click, it's done.
Yeah.
So then it became, lighting and effects and things and mood and telling a story, based off the shadows and all that. And it's the same thing. It just translates into the photography.
Yeah.
So
do you still draw?
A little bit. I'm challenging myself to get back into it.
Okay.
I've got a few things, but
yeah.
And I got people that try to jab me in the back because they're like, man, get back in it, man, get back in it.
Man, when people believe in it, dog, you got to give the people what they want.
Well, and these guys too, man, they're great artists and stuff.
Yeah.
We kind of grew up together, so and one of them actually is a photographer too, so I'm gonna be bringing him too.
Oh yeah, bring them all through,
sir.
Man. Everybody can get it. It's room for everybody, and that's what I like and hate about other photographers, because it's you deal with a lot of, or I've met a lot of photographers with just egos.
These guys, especially this young man I'm talking about, he's humble.
I only deal with the humble ones, man, because I don't know. It's just it's just fine. You can be great. It's fine with being great, but be likable. Don't have your head up your.
The great is being humble, though.
Right.
I mean, I look at it like this: if God's giving me a gift, I'm going to share it. And if He's giving me something, well, why would I think I'm better than anybody else? Because easily, just as He gives, He can take away.
Yeah, because it's all art at the end of the day, and everybody respects art differently, but I don't feel threatened by you doing your thing.
Oh man, I learn from everybody. So Bruce Lee is one of my favorite people, man. He's like put a glass in the water. Water in the glass, and it becomes the glass.
My phone is annoying. People know not to call me. Wrong with that fool. But we're going to keep it rolling.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But shoot, man. So, here at Top Shot Tuesdays, we just try to educate people how to network. So, how was it like either transitioning from, drawing to doing photography and, like, getting people to know about you doing it?
The transition was it was funny because just like drawing, you think you're doing one thing and then you see somebody else and you stand there like, damn,
Yeah.
And it was kind of like that in the photography world. My brother, he shoots, and it was funny because one day he had me go on a shoot with him, and then I just kind of picked up the camera and started shooting, and he's like, "You been practicing?" And I'm like, "No," and he's like, "Man, I love them angles, and you handle it naturally, So he sit there and he watches me sometimes to see what I do.
Yeah.
But
that's dope.
I thought I was actually doing something, and back then that's when I was just shooting with the automatic. And then he started showing me manual, and then when I got in the manual, I'm like, and he started talking about this f-stop and ISOs and all that. I'm like, what are you talking about, man? So that became
Yeah.
another challenge, and I started sitting down and looking at it. And then I started when I bought lights, so I thought that would fix all my issues. And I'm shooting, and then things were overexposed and this and that. I had some actually pretty nice shots that I feel like were ruined because of that. But
Oh man,
um,
it's all a process though.
yeah, and it's just and then learning with your natural light, and and then learning how to stack and all that. It's just
Yeah,
it's techniques and things. So
no, for sure, for sure. So what else? What else as far as like other people knowing about you?
most of it's word of mouth. I haven't really used Instagram a whole lot because
Yeah.
the nature of what I was shooting. Basically, I've done
Mm-hmm.
clubs, I've done parties, I've
Oh yeah.
done. So it's not like things you can really post up there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's funny because I remember in one particular evening I shot this party,
Mm-hmm.
and it got kind of late. I had to go to work or whatever. But
Yeah.
for any of you folks out there, old heads that might know something about D12, the guy Bizarre from Eminem's old group, he came by the party, and I missed out. I was like, man, I
Oh,
just
man.
left before he got there, and I wish I could have
Yeah.
shot his little crazy behind.
Word, for sure, for sure. Shoot, man, I've probably been doing photography. Well, I started doing it like I guess I liked it back in high school,
Okay.
and I got into like yearbook stuff like that.
Okay.
And I don't know, it was just the power, man. I went on a power trip.
Did you, bro?
Yeah, I was doing everything, being everywhere I won't supposed to be, and it was okay. And then it was just I could do anything. I felt invincible. It was great.
So how do you use that now? I mean,
It's still the same,
okay, all right.
because everybody at the end of the day, everybody still needs you.
Right.
It don't matter if you're the president. It don't matter if you're just starting your business. Everybody in between any of those things, and it don't matter what you do. Exposure. Just your image is important, and you don't do what I do, so I can make you look good. We make them look good.
Well, I feel you on that, my brother. I feel you on
Make them
that.
look good. So I like making people. I like making people feel good. I like people, looking good, telling them they look good.
And for all you women out there that look at the Instagram people and think that they're just so beautiful and all that, you can be too. Okay? We can do that for you.
Right. You already got it. But you just throw some sauce on that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So shoot. So what's going to be next for you? What's the next big step for you?
I really want to have me a working studio, and I want to travel too. I want to travel to do a lot of settings. I want to do
what places?
Anything, Grand Canyon to waterfalls to
yeah.
some faraway island, and I'm just that guy, man. I just like beautiful women and stuff too. So I want to, I might want to have one swimming with a shark when I take my picture.
No.
So just
stay in the cage, please. Inside the cage or outside the cage?
But that's just me.
Inside the cage or outside the cage?
I feel like you got a beautiful woman and you shooting her. It's hard for you to mess up a photo shoot then.
Right.
So.
No, I dig it, man. Yeah, I've done a couple of waterfall joints that I like. When I was in California, I was in California for the first time, and just the beaches. Like Trump has this golf course out there, and you go all the way down, to get to the beach from the side of the mountain or the cliff. I should call it a cliff. It's more like a cliff. And it's just a really nice beach. You got the rocks down there, and I really never shot I never shot on the beach, but just with the rocks and the cliffs and stuff like that, it was just nice. First time on the West Coast, and then the sun was setting too. So me and this one model, we just stayed out there, and then it just stuff turned out good, man.
Now, when you do shoots like that, do you go out with a full team? I mean, you have your assistant and.
Man, if I had me an assistant,
okay.
it's always a dolo, man. And I like shooting with my lights if I could have them. So
exactly, and that was gonna be my next question.
Yeah, I started traveling with my equipment, and this one time, and this was when I didn't go to the beach immediately when I got to California, but I went to San Diego.
Okay.
And this is the story of Black's Beach. So I'm in there. I got all my equipment, because I wanted to get some video and stuff like too, because I was starting to like document stuff and stuff like that, as far as like me traveling across the country and stuff like that. So, I had bought, a Crane 3 and I ain't played with it yet. So
Right.
I was like, shoot, let me go to a beach and, try to catch like some sunset, some footage of the water, get some like slow motion stuff like that. So I get to Black's Beach and, I got about probably an extra 80 pounds on me. And, to get down to the actual beach, you have to go down the side of the cliff.
Okay.
I'd rather call it a mountain.
Right.
Man, it took at least 30 minutes going down.
And an hour coming back.
Yep, yeah, just about. I almost died getting back up there, but I ain't there yet. So Black's Beach is, I get down there. I got my equipment. I'm looking around, I'm starting to put everything together. I finally put it together the way it needed to go. And, I started doing my thing, but then I just started to notice everybody's naked. How did I find Black's Beach? I'm just on Google. I'm just looking for a beach.
Right.
I was like, Black's Beach? I'm black. Let me go to that beach. Why not? So, I was like, this is probably not the best place to do video. For where I was trying to put it, don't get me wrong, but
right.
I don't want to be the creep with the camera
right.
on the nudist beach, and I didn't get the memo, but clearly we're here, but people were comfortable, man, and, I didn't see many,
So let me ask you a question. Did you interview?
Huh?
Did you interview?
I did not interview anybody.
All right, and who are you today?
No, I was. I had met this one. These two girls. They came from out of town, and of course, I'm down here with my equipment. Of course, they were closed. And stuff like that. So I think we ended up. Yeah, dang. Nobody will ever see those pictures because I was traveling. And, I went back to Atlanta because I was still going back and forth being bi-coastal. I was working in Atlanta too.
Right.
Still, because people would call me and say, hey, can you do such and such this date? And, I'd fly back over. And so I had this rental. And I was working with this artist. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning at the studio. So I was at a music studio. And I got a rental. And I'm the only car left in the lot. I think it was like, 11th Street Studio or something like that. There's a restaurant right here, and then there's a hill that goes, all the way down where, other cars were parked
right
down there. But this was back when, this was during COVID. This was last March.
Okay.
This was last March, and, the city was hot. People was taking people's rims off of their Mercedes, off of their, luxury cars and stuff like that. It was crazy, but the car break-ins was crazy right around then too. Long story short, clearly what happened. So my stuff got broke into.
Well, I kind of figured that.
They got me, dog. I was hot.
I bet. So for y'all that stole his stuff, he looking for you.
I ain't looking for him. I'm pissed. I was about to quit. I ain't gonna wait. I was about to quit, dog.
No.
I was about to, what? Because, I luckily, and this is not luckily anymore because I went to my hard drive. Because, I had my backup hard drive, back in California because I could swear that I backed up all of my pictures from the years that I've ever done pictures.
Right.
So I took about probably 60,000 pictures in a span of like 6 years, 6 years or so. So when I say that was everything, that was everything. So I finally get into my hard drive back in California. I had to get new stuff. I had to get a computer. Got my computer, my hard drives. I had hard drives for different stuff. I had a different hard drive for music. I had a different hard drive for pictures.
Right.
Had a different hard drive for videos. And I kept them all together because I never really kept stuff in the car, but it was just I didn't want to go into the studio with all the things that I had.
Right.
And little did I know, I didn't think it was going to happen to me. Well, yeah, it went down like that. But I wound up getting in a hard drive, man, and I see the folder, but I don't see no pictures in that folder. I'm like, How, Sway? No pictures. Like all the pictures I swore that I backed up. Maybe I gotta look at it again, but I swear I looked through all of them joints, man. I was at the point where I just had to make peace with myself, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm about. I mean, I was luckily all the things that I did with like my clients and stuff like that. I always upload stuff to my gallery,
Right.
so I still like at 90%, but the other percent, like, my beach pictures and stuff like that. With at least those girls and the early stuff, like the videos and stuff that I did do with the sunset and stuff like that, gone. I was traveling in different places, when I was going across the country, and I, took video, documented all stuff. I was like, dang. So
that's a lifetime, bro.
You guys suck. If you didn't know, it's fucking suck.
But now he's gonna do more and greater stuff.
I'm definitely gonna do some greater things, but man, history, you can't get back to history, man. But it's cool though. But appreciate you, Big Mike.
Yes, sir. I look forward to doing great things, man.
I mean, we're gonna do some work, man. It's definitely some good stuff that's gonna come, for the rest of the year. Just doing stuff here at the studio, this platform, man. It's just everything wide open, big dog. Ain't no telling. But that's us. That's another show of Top Shot Tuesdays, and we out this thing.
Peace.
There you go.